So we trained walking, and he's like, okay, good. And I'm like, okay, well, are we gonna move on to other shit? And he's like, not till you learn to walk. Um, and again, this is something about kung fu training that I I've always wanted to speak on. I think it's, and maybe not every kung fu school is like this, but largely from what I've experienced from this and from being in other kung fu schools like it and seeing my friends train and shit like that, is they're like, I will train you this one move, and we will not move on from this one move until you have mastered it. There's some good shit to be talked about that, but like mainly you want to review it while also learning new stuff. Because if you just work on the one move, like for instance, if you were to sign up for an MMA class and you were like, all right, I want to learn a little bit of everything, and then your master's like, not until you learn the proper takedown, until you learn a double leg. I will not teach you a single. I will not teach you guard. I will not teach you how to punch. I will not teach you how to kick. I will not teach you clinch, elbow, knee, submissions. I will not teach you anything until you can do the perfect double leg takedown. And then I will teach you the perfect single leg takedown. And then, you know what I mean? Like, typically how most martial arts schools will do a class is they'll teach you a move, you'll practice the move over and over and over again, and then you'll do a live drill of some kind, whether that be rolling, sparring, or rolling or sparring with a certain goal or rule set in mind. Like okay, let's do guard, and if somebody passes guard or submits from guard, then we reset and we go back into guard, just to give an example. And then if you were to go to the next class, it's like, okay, let's review what we learned, like really briefly, like let's just go over it one more time, and then we're gonna learn something new. And then next class, and then you go into your live drills, and then you're gonna next class. Okay, let's review everything again, really briefly, knock that shit out again, something new, live drill. So it's constant review, so you are practicing the same skills over and over and over again, but at the same time you're learning new shit, so you're not just, okay, I come back to class, double leg for an hour, come back to class, double leg for an hour, come back to class, double leg for an hour. And granted, you can get a class like that. You can spend an entire class on, like, let's just say the jab and like all the different angles and pivoting and all that shit. But if all you train is the jab, a couple of things are going to happen, and a couple of things could happen. One of the things that will happen, and because I've experienced it and I've also had other people tell me the same thing, is you get bored. You get bored of doing the same shit over and over and over again. Another thing that could possibly happen, and I have seen happen, is you wind up actually getting into a fucking fight when you're like midway through this training shit. Not to say that it's even any good to begin with, but oh, I'm in a fight and all I know is the one thing. Uh-oh. Whoops. Instead of, even for argument's sake, like having a sloppy everything than a great one thing. Well, what if your one thing doesn't even fucking work?